One of the biggest debates in the sports department this football season has been the play of two of the area's best running backs. We have Lake Travis's Shaun Nixon and Pflugerville-Hendrickson's Samaje Perine, both guys going to Division I schools next year. We had a little contest before we started filming to see who would go first. Rick was the winner. Rick has confidence in himself. He did not defer. He wanted to go first. So Rick, the floor is yours. Opening statement. You will be representing Samaje Perine. Why is the Oklahoma-bound running back the best running back in the area?
Well, first of all, let me say I have absolutely nothing against Shaun Nixon. In fact, I think Shaun Nixon is an absolutely fabulous running back. He is absolutely the number 2 running back in this area. Number 2 behind Samaje Perine. Number 2 is still pretty good, but when you ask for just one, there's only one answer here. We both know who it is. Even Danny, he knows who the real winner is. It's Samaje Perine.
Danny, the floor is yours.
First off, Dave, I want to say thank you for having me. Tina, thank you for working the camera today. You're both looking great. Dave, you must be working out.
Well, thank you, Danny.
I thank Rick for coming in and losing this debate to me, too. But the answer is Shaun Nixon. We opened up the season. There are a lot of good, there are a lot of good running backs in this area. We called it the year of the running back in our preview section. When you look at it all, Shaun Nixon is the best running back for everything that he does at Lake Travis, running the ball, receiving the ball, special teams. We put all that together, Shaun Nixon.
All right, but let's get into production. Perine, 142 carries on the season, Rick. 1,436 yards, 11 touchdowns, a major part of the Hendrickson team that went 10-0, 6-0 in district play, and his numbers may have even been bigger had he been able to play a lot of blowouts this year for Hendrickson. Shaun Nixon on the other side, 134 carries, 947 yards, 20 touchdowns, also a factor coming out of the backfield. So the first question I'll ask you guys, in terms of production, who really is more important to their team? Danny, let's start with you.
Well, you know, Shaun, like Samaje, didn't play a lot. I mean, pretty much after the first half he was done. Their game against Westlake this past week was the first time he'd played in the fourth quarter since their second game of the year. Now that's the kind of case with Samaje too. They're pulling him pretty early in a lot of their games too. But I think Shaun's production is pretty impressive. Lake Travis's offense has scored 45 touchdowns this season. Shaun's been responsible for 23 of those touchdowns on offense. He's also returned 2 kicks or 2 punts for touchdowns. So you add all that together. Samaje, as great as he is, he isn't even Hendrickson's top touchdown scorer this year. That's Taj Malloy. Like Travis, Shaun Nixon is their offense. Everyone knows that, and that offense runs through him.
Rick, it sounds like Danny's trying to diminish the productivity of your boy there, saying he's not even the highest touchdown scorer on the team.
Let me see. At the beginning you said that my guy has 1,400 yards, and you said Nixon has about 900.
Yep.
So I don't know about diminished returns here. It seems like about a 500-yard difference, even though both are in the same boat and that they both have been taken out early in games. I predicted Samaje would have 2,500 yards before the season started, but I also said he would need to go deep into the playoffs. The playoffs are what it's all about. It's not the regular season. Shaun does everything for Lake Travis during the regular season. The playoffs start next weekend. Watch out. Samaje's going to start carrying the ball 25 or 30 times a game. 200, 250 yards. You watch.
I think we do need to note that Shaun Nixon, Samaje is leading the area in rushing. You can't take that away from him, but Shaun's also only played 9 games. Like Travis had that game that was called off, so even his 25 touchdowns or whatever he has, that's with only playing 9 games. So I think that's pretty impressive too. And we talked about the playoffs. Shaun does have one thing Samaje doesn't, and that's a ring. So you can't not factor that into the equation too.
I think that we both know that was Baker Mayfield's team. He was a pup. He was a sophomore at the time.
Rushed for 1,300 yards in that season. Not too bad.
I'll look at it like this. Shaun Nixon is the closest thing to Tony Dorsett that we're going to find in this town.
Okay.
Samaje Perine is Emmitt Smith.
All-time leader.
All-time leader, durability. You mentioned at the beginning, the guy is durable. He's indestructible. I want indestructible on my team.
All right, decision time has come. I've heard both arguments, both, as Rick mentioned, both young men, very impressive both on the field and off, having had the opportunity to talk to both. So it's time to decide. Is it Shaun Nixon or is it Samaje Perine? The $15,
No.
very nice contribution, Rick.
I was just playing with that.
The
I
compliment
want
on
my
the
money back.
physique, also very nice from Danny. But as we both know, as all three of us rather know, I am nothing if not a homer. So I'm going to have to side with Rick and Samaje Perine. Emmitt Smith, my former Gator.
Oh, I didn't know that.
See, the over the top, not even needed. All you had to do was drop that Emmitt Smith. Compare Samaje Perine to Emmitt Smith. We have our winner. Danny, Shaun Nixon had a great year, but this sucker's over.
I think you look terrible.